Hi, my name is Martin Salassa. I'm based in Argentina. Before I start, I want to be upfront about something. I'm not using AI to answer these questions. No scripts, no generated text. Just my experience and what I have actually built building companies over the last 10 years. I think that's the only way this kind of conversation makes sense. Let's get into it. First question, bottlenecks. When I join a company, the first thing I do is follow the money and follow the work. I look at where revenue is supposed to come from and where it's actually getting stuck. At Global Fund, I joined and the first thing I noticed was that contracts were coming in, but clients were not getting activated fast enough. The onboarding process was manual. No clear steps, no ownership, no tracking. So I mapped the full process from signed contract to active client. I talked to the CS team, I looked at the data, and I found that the average activation time was too long and inconsistent. I built a simple tracking system in Notion, defined clear stages, assigned ownership per stage, and set a target time for each step. Within 60 days, onboarding time dropped by half. The CS team stopped firefighting and started operating from a playbook. That freed capacity to keep growing without hiring more people. In my experience, the most dangerous bottlenecks are not the ones that stop growth completely. They are the ones that slow it down quietly. Revenue's moving, clients are coming in, but the operation is not keeping up. That's usually where I focus first. Second question, remote teams. The answer is simple. Clear goals, clear ownership, and a rhythm that keeps everyone on the same page. At Carbula, we were a fully distributed team across 5 countries: Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Mexico, and Peru. No central office, no shared time zone. About 30 people operating in parallel markets. In 2021, we opened Mexico and Uruguay at the same time, while Argentina and Chile were already running at full speed. 4 active markets simultaneously, each with its own team, its own priorities, its own problems. The only way that works is if people don't need you to tell them what to do every day. What I built was a simple weekly rhythm. Each country lead came with 3 things: their top priority, their main blocker, and one number that showed if things were moving. That's it. No long reports, no status update, just what matters. Between meetings, everything lived in a shared space. Priorities visible, decisions documented, blockers flagged. Anyone could see what was happening without asking me. The key is this: I don't follow up on tasks, I follow up on numbers. If the number is moving, I trust the process. If the number is not moving, we talk about why. Async first doesn't mean slow. It means no one is waiting for a meeting to move forward. That's the model I run across 4 markets at the same time, and it's the model I bring to any distributed team. Prioritization. The first thing I do is separate urgent from important. They are not the same thing. When everything feels urgent, I ask one question: what is the one thing that if we don't fix it this week will hurt revenue or lose a client? That goes first. Everything else waits. At Carbula, as I said, we were operating in 5 countries at the same time. There was always a fire somewhere: a supplier problem in Chile, a tech issue in Mexico, a team conflict in Argentina. It never stopped. What what kept us focused was a simple weekly priority list. 3 things per team. Maximum, not 10, 3. And we reviewed them every Monday. If something new came up midweek and felt urgent, I asked one question. Does this change our 3 priorities? Usually the answer was no. But there is another layer to this that I think is often overlooked. In a fast-growing company without a full operational structure, everything reaches the founder and everything feels urgent. Because the founder is making all the calls. One of the most important jobs of an operator is to build a filter. Most decisions should never reach the CEO. They should be handled at the right level, by the right person, with a clear framework. When that system exists, urgency drops. Because people know what to do without escalating everything. Number 4, first 30 days. My first 30 days will be about listening and mapping, not changing things. Week 1. I talk to everyone on the leadership team, one by one. I want to understand what each person sees as the biggest problem and what they think is working. I don't trust in reports yet. I trust in conversations. Week 2. I follow the revenue. I look at the full pipeline from lead to close client to active user. I want to find where deals slow down, where clients drop off, and where the team loses time. I also look at the tools. How are they set up? What data is clean? What is missing? That usually tells me a lot about how a company actually operates versus how it thinks it operates. Week 3. I map the gaps, not to fix them yet, to prioritize them. What is hurting revenue right now? What is a process problem? What is a people problem? What needs the CEO involved and what doesn't? By day 30, I want to have one clear document. Here are the 3 biggest operational gaps. Here is my proposed priority order, and here is what I need from the CEO to move forward. I'm coming with hypotheses, not answers. Every company has the same categories of problems: revenue operations, team alignment, and execution discipline. The specifics are always different. My job in the first 30 days is to find the specifics, not assume that I already know them. By day 30, the CEO should feel less loaded, not more. That is how I measure whether the first month worked or not. Thank you very much.